on my way to the pool, of course. I haven't been in a couple weeks, I think, and I'm really struggling this past week, and so I'm hoping some stimming in the water that I do will help. It usually does. What has been really difficult for me this week is I go to the Kansas City Renaissance Festival every year. I used to just go as a patron. I would dress up and go and buy stuff. I absolutely love going, and you would think that was ironic, or contradictory to my autism, but the sounds of the drums and the music and the people dressed up and pretending to be something they aren't, like in the big dresses and stuff, and the men in their finery, and people, it's just like a bunch of eccentric people all got together and decided to have a festival. And I do consider myself to be on the eccentric side of things. But in 2022 and 2023, I participated as a vendor selling brooms. My lips are dry, so please excuse me. My brooms, I have a few types. Functional brooms that are just really pretty. Maybe I'll show some pictures in this. I'll throw some in. And that's kind of new to me. This will be the first time this style of broom that I'll be selling. My main product is what I call interactive fantasy brooms, for those people that are into Harry Potter and Worst Witch and things like that. The broom these are like life-size brooms, and I, from top to bottom, made by me, materials and natural materials and stuff. But they have a wand and a wand holder on the broom, and it's removable, and it's my own design, and I use leather and trinkets and things, medallions and things, and beads, and fancy them up and stuff. I must say that I have some very beautiful ones this year, but the problem is there is a lot of stress, and I have a little car, and I have to use something that goes on the hood of my car. Packing and strategizing is stressful, but I can practice that right here at home, make sure it's set up and I can do what I want to do in my little tent. And my stay last year was cut short because I got sick there. I got sick during the festival and ended up in the hospital. So I have all of these brooms that I need to sell, and I need the money. I also sell little hand brooms called altar brooms, and because I had a lot of requests from people that were Wiccan and along those lines. And so that's what that is for. They're called altar brooms. You don't like actually sweep stuff, you sweep the energy. And now, me being Catholic, that's a whole different Pandora's box. But I have to have the money. I'm sorry. Anyway, what I can't do forms. I don't know what it is. I know what it is. I know what I need, so I have to go to a website to get it. I have to fill in forms online, offline. I have to get insurance for the event. I have to get my fire extinguisher checked. I have to get my tax clearance letter, so I can get a occupancy permit. And so I've been through this twice before, but I don't do like looking at a page. I don't know. I think it's more of the ADD that is causing this than the autism. I'm not positive. I just know that I'm looking at it and it's overwhelming and I can't do it. My heart starts pounding really fast and I just want to run out of the room, and I'll like get up from my seat in the middle of trying to Google stuff and walk around the room because I'm just so energized by trying to get into the flow of getting this paperwork in time. And and I look at a form and I see the whole thing. It's very, very, very stressful for me. And this is when I have two times when I have two types of situations where I have my biggest meltdowns. And forms are one of them. And it also goes on to things like lists of instructions, like recipes, and like even a grocery list at the store. I get stuck in certain sections, and it's really hard for me to calm myself down and just go line by line. I have like my taxes done usually by someone else, but like this last time I did it myself because it cost a lot of money to pay someone to do it for me, and it just was so I know it's easy, they make it easy, but I get overwhelmed before I even begin. And that in technology, trying to troubleshoot things, that is when the screaming, growling, slamming my hands on the table, pacing, throwing, happens. It's just too much. And it will extend to other things. The room that I am in, where my laptop is, that I'm trying to get this organized, is not finished with the painting on the walls. And so when I automatically walk into that room, I'm already on edge because I can't go any further until this room is finished painted, because then I can organize and then I can sit down and get things done. So what's the problem with getting this painting done? I just can't, I don't understand why it's so difficult for me. It's a tiny room and it's mostly done, and but just the idea of going in the room and doing it is overwhelming, because the room it's not like super cluttered or anything, but it's not like how I am comfortable. I am comfortable only when things are organized in places that I can see my things, my paperwork, folders with paperwork and stuff. I have all these special requirements for me to be able to do certain things, and whereas I know that most people just do it. And I want to know, and I know it has to do with how my brain works, and I know it's not like this for everybody, and I know it is difficult for other people to understand how difficult it is. I mean, I was in like tears because I put in my federal tax number and it said it was, I don't know, missed a number or something, and I didn't know how that could be possible, and I immediately went into like this flight mode and got out of my chair and was walking around this table, and then I'm just like aware of like the drop cloths that are kind of everywhere, and I'm thinking, even though I'm poor, I'm thinking I might have to sacrifice and pay someone to finish painting the room, because I can't move on until that is done. Anybody who is watching this video, please let me know if you have this problem as well. In my assessment, it does state, because they spoke with my mom as well, who I live with, and it was noted that I do need assistance with shopping for groceries. What happens is I get stuck. I need cereal. I go to the cereal and there's like 3 million choices and I get stuck. And then I start rocking back and forth, and I get stressed more and more that I'm standing in this aisle. Which cereal do I get? Technology and forms just put me in a tailspin, and I can't move on until they're done, and I can't do them because I'm too stressed. Because when I look at what it is, it's already overwhelming. I envy people that can just grab a form and I can't read them. I read the words, I start to read, like, read this and check this box, and it just doesn't penetrate. It just doesn't. So I just check all the boxes and hit send, and sign things that I haven't read, just because it's easier, and I couldn't understand it. I couldn't get it anyway. So, the plan is, and I'm trying to, right now, I owe a lot of money for my teeth, and I'm just overwhelmed, and I need to do some self-care. And so I'm going to the pool. I would rather not, because I need that time to do other stuff. I just hope it helps, because I haven't been in a while, but I don't know. It seems like every year it gets more and more difficult as I get older. I am 53, and things are just getting harder. Cognitively, executive functioning is worse. I get overwhelmed very easily. Also, but I do have good news. My good news is that the RCIA, which I understand they're changing the name for becoming official member of the Catholic Church, they were starting classes September 9th, I think, or 5th. And I'm really excited about that. I'm nervous about it because there's going to be, I live in a small community, and there's only going to be one other person that I was told. So, but sometimes actually bigger audiences and stuff are easier than small ones, because in small ones it's more intimate, and sometimes I like to be anonymous in a big crowd, which is see, when I go to the Renaissance Festival, I dress up as a witch, and I know it's fantasy, and I'm not into witchcraft. It's fun. It's a fun thing. And I take on the personality. I become someone else, and it's more freeing for me. As you know, especially when people are buying my rooms. But it's a lot of fun to dress up and be someone besides myself, because for some reason, when I am May the Humble Witch, is what I call myself, May Underfoot the Humble Witch, excuse my stimming, I become someone else, and that someone else just doesn't seem to have autism. I'm very friendly and outgoing with the people that come in and look at my brooms. I don't feel anxious at all. But as soon as the day is over and I have to be me again, I'm back to stress, because the people that sell at these festivals, they're like carnies, I guess, to me, I want to say. In a way, they're all a little different, a little weird, and they all know each other, and after a long day of selling stuff and dealing with customers, people will have dinners, and that everyone's invited to and stuff. And I feel like it's only polite for me to go when I would rather just go back and go to bed. So I have to take better care of myself this time. And I'm praying the weather won't be hot, because that's what caused me some trouble last year. Okay, so yeah, those are my biggest triggers. Um, Besides noise, noise is pretty bad. Uh, like I have AC window units, and that constant noise bothers me. But I can wear headphones, so I can't do anything about filling out forms, planning, and strategizing. I somehow manage to get it done, but I make mistakes because of it. So I'm hoping I can get everything together in time. It's not till October 12th, which is my birthday. And I have all these brooms that I didn't sell last year because I got sick. And now I'm hoping to sell them because I'm not going to do it again. I don't think I'm going to be making brooms again. The whole thing is very stressful on my body and brain, even when the fun parts is overwhelming. So wish me some luck on the forms and getting the room painted. Just getting that room painted would make things so much easier for me. So I'm just wondering how much someone would pay to just like this one last section. Because my mom can't help me much because of arthritis. So anyway, yeah, wish me luck. Bye.